What's up, everyone? Thralls of Metal back again. I am Shredlord, and no one else is here. Don't tell Necrotic Nick I snuck in his house when he wasn't looking. Is that a shotgun cocking? I may have to end this quickly. Anyway, let's move on forward. I am excited to bring you the brand new album review of Black Label Society's Doom Crew Inc., the 11th studio album released by Father Wylde himself. As I said before, this is their 11th studio album. Doom Crew incorporated the title, and this album is a tribute to the fans and the roadies of BLS all these 20 years kicking ass and taking names. This album kind of has everything from sludgy rock metal to blues and country ballad clean parts, Beatlesque type parts, to flat out a la Doom, just heavy, doomy, Sabbathy goodness. I'm trying to shake my head as Rin would do, as Rin could not be here with us. I might as well dive into this now. Rin could not be with us. He was battling the vid, and while he beat the vid's ass, he could not join me to review this as we wanted to. So I've adopted a few of his mannerisms in this video to try and help you ease the pain of not having Rin. I'm trying to ease the pain of not having Rin. Sometimes I wake up in cold sweats longing for his touch. I probably shouldn't have said that out loud, but I am going to own it and move forward. So the opening track actually was the first single released on this album as well, called Set You Free. And I was eagerly awaiting the rest of this album to drop the moment I heard the song and the moment I watched the video. Number one, the video is hilarious. It is a black and white video of Zakk Wylde and company at a high school type dance. The punch bowl is spiked, everyone starts freaking out and becomes zombies, while the band is, of course, just playing without a care in the world. And it's fucking hilarious, because let's face it, if you know anything about Zakk Wylde, not only is he a master guitar player, he's fucking hilarious. And if you don't find him funny, fuck you. The reason the song hyped me up was, first of all, Dario... Oh, I forget how to pronounce his last name. We're just going to call him Dario. He's the second guitar player that goes on tour and does the second guitar playing, basically. Even leads, as we hear in this album and see in the video. Which is one of the highlights of the song for me, is the trade back and forth between Dario and Zakk. Dario is a very skilled guitar player, and he basically follows that Zakk Wylde pentatonic style. However, it's his own a little bit. And the trade back between the two was really cool and really fun to hear. If you know anything about Zakk Wylde, you know he is never at a loss for riffs and licks. I firmly believe he has a car battery implanted into his giant fucking barbarian forearms. And perhaps if I put jumper cables to his nipples, I could start my car. But I digress. Back to the album. This album, on a whole, feels a little bit more laid back and a little bit more mid-tempo compared to a lot of BLS stuff, and I'm okay with that. I've kind of seen this trend more and more as Zakk is getting older. He's really focusing on his songwriting more and just doing and focusing on the things that he loves. And the things that Zakk loves are really cool, beautiful piano stuff and fucking riffs. Zakk Wylde is never at a loss for riffs. I think he takes a lot of 70s influence like Cream and Rainbow, Deep Purple, Led Zeppelin, Black Sabbath, Mountain. He finds those good boot stomping type riffs, and he really just drives them home with that pentatonic blues southern hard rock feel. He never really strays and has never really strayed from his formula. You're not going to hear anything extraordinarily different on this album than you're going to hear on really any other BLS album. You had a few, not even change-ups really, but different albums. I would say Mafia was a little bit different. I would say that Shot to Hell was a little bit different. But I think overall this is a pretty solid addition to the BLS catalog. When it comes to the riffs, like I said, songs like Ruins, Forsaken, Destroy and Conquer, they are just loaded with Riff City. Even straight up Doom. Even though there's kind of a lot of mid-tempo songs on here and quite a few amount of ballads, one being Love Rain Down, which, interesting fact about this song, it's more of a piano-driven ballad, but it was written during the No More Tears tour that Zakk wrote about his mother passing away. And that's pretty cool. I guess originally he was going to release it on the previous BLS box set. However, he decided to shelve the song and release it on this album. But going back to what I was saying, even though there's a lot of mid-tempo stuff, and even though there's a lot of slower ballady type things, there's still a lot of just heavy, kick you in the dick riffs. Songs like Set You Free, Destroy and Conquer, End of Days, Ruins Forsaken, Gospel of Lies. Gospel of Lies is such a good song. That's just flat out Trouble, Candlemass, Black Sabbath worship. And then Destroy and Conquer opens up with me just basically like an homage to Hole in the Sky. So there is so many different things about this album to love, and that's what I think I like about this. It kind of gives you a little bit of everything. If I'm gonna knock it on one thing, I think I wanted more of the doom. Like when you hear what I'm saying with Gospel of Lies, just the heavy doom punch in the gut tone and vibe to it all. I would have liked to hear more of that, or a little bit more Riff City maybe mixed in, but personal preference bullshit. Overall, this is a pretty consistent Black Label Society album. If you know anything about Zakk Wylde and anything about Black Label Society, is once again, they're never really gonna stray. Zakk's never really gonna stray from his formula, and that is cool. I am fine with it. When I listen to a Black Label Society album, I pretty much know what to expect. I'm looking for that, and I'm looking to enjoy that. Some people will gripe that Black Label Society can sound very similar or stagnant, and to that I say, well, then you probably just didn't really dig it much in the first place. Because when I listen to it, it's basically a lot of like Beatles, Sabbath 4 kind of worship, and goddamn it, it's good. So if you're a fan of anything Zakk's done with Ozzy, if you're a fan of any of the previous Black Label Society albums, I would definitely recommend that you check this out. Once again, even with a lot of the softer stuff on here, there are still plenty of riffs, great songwriting, great leads for days. The production is absolutely stellar, and I think this is a pretty good album to just add to the catalog. Zakk seems to be doing his thing, having fun, loving life, and he's creating good music while he's doing it. Overall, I'm going to give this album a 4 out of 5. This album doesn't reinvent the wheel by any means, but I think there was a lot of thought and care put into these songs, and I thought that songs like Set You Free, Gospel of Lies, Gather All My Sins, and even Farewell Ballad, which turned out to be a full song from an instrumental track Zakk did for a guitar magazine well over 10 years ago in 2009. As for Ryan told me to tell you all that he is thinking of you. He misses you. He wants to reach out and touch every single one of you, but he can't because it's COVID. But he says give it a 4.5. If there's something you need to know about Rin, is that he is a Zakk Wylde disciple. You will not find many a men who will raise the flag and the fist for Father Wylde as hard as Rin is, and I feel like, and I'm in the same boat. I'm not gonna lie. I'm not gonna cap, as you kids say. Zakk could pretty much shit on a plate, and I would probably think that it was a nice turd on a plate. I'm a big fan myself. Rin loved this album. He says 4.5. Miller also wanted to review this. However, he had some technical difficulties, aka someone had a leaky anus and he needed to attend. Without getting into any further detail, I better wrap this whole thing up because I have given you way too much information. So, if you like what you saw, please hit the like and subscribe button. If you are not a member of the Thralls community, please feel free to hit the subscribe button and join us. We do stuff like this all the time. If you would like to support me and my metal cohorts, there's a link down below for Patreon. Any support is greatly appreciated. If you would like to get into our remaining shirts, please send us an email at thrallsofmetal@gmail.com with the title shirts, and we will send you an invoice. And on behalf of my metal cohorts and I, thank you for watching. We love you. We need you. We want you. Big dating game kiss. Keep it sleazy.